The NGO is not exactly located in one particular place. It is an NGO that takes on board all the different local governments within Nigeria. So we have people in Plateau, Kaduna, Sokoto, Maiduguri, all over, and even in the West. And what we're actually doing is trying to gather all the women around in all these different states and ensure that there is a common ideology between us all in relation to women, their issues, where they want to be in 2019 and beyond, what they want to do, how they're actually going to go about doing it, where funding is going to come from, how we see ourselves as women together in a society that actually keeps them sort of like underprivileged in a way. If this economy in Nigeria is to start moving again, we have to look at the Naira. Because what we're seeing basically is that we're buying things at the rate as if we're in America or we're in London or in another foreign country. So they have to look at the fact that this is Nigeria. We must bring our currency, number one, in line with our own capabilities and not try to adhere it to what's happening in the Western world, because we're not the Western world. We are Nigeria. We're an entity in itself. We're a people with a country that has a direction of its own, and we have a currency of our own. So instead of us spending the equivalent of £10 in money, we should be spending the equivalent of perhaps 10 Naira in Naira. That's the first thing we must do. We must, as a nation, be able to afford things. If we can't afford to send our children to school, it's a problem. If we can't afford to eat, which is where it's come to now, we're in a dire problem. Why should we be starving when we have the Naira? We're starving because we're paying the equivalent of that which is paid or spent in the Western world. It doesn't make sense. The state of unemployment is a very sad state of affairs for anybody. And it's not just about the youth. It's also about those in their 30s, those in their 40s, 50s, 60s and beyond who still want to work. Unemployment cuts across all the ages. And when that happens, we have what you call a poor society. If you as a young person can't find work, we have a problem. It means the country is not growing. It means there's no creativity. It means there are no opportunities. If you, as a 30-year-old, don't have a job, it means you can't own a home. It means you can't get on the pension ladder. It becomes a problem. If you, as a 60-year-old, nearing your retirement, it means you have a problem because you don't have savings. It means that if there's a problem with health, you don't have insurance. You have medical bills to pay, there's no money. If you, as a 70 to 80-year-old, there's nothing for you to fall back on in terms of a pension. That means that there is a problem from beginning to end, from birth to death. And we actually need to look at that as a nation.
Well, it started in my days in Lagos State Polytechnic. I had a friend who wanted to contest for a position in the student union in those days. And since I was a popular student on the campus, we decided to campaign for him. And that's how I started. And ever since that time, I've always seen politics as a service, primarily to help your community. And so you can call me more or less a grassroots politician. Over the years, I've been lucky to have made money from certain investment, which was then transportation. And that gave me what you can call a balance. And since I've done well on the business side, it's actually a business that was started by my family, and I continued. And then after some time, seeing my kids grown, It gave me enough opportunity and time to concentrate on my political career, and which I can look back to be over 21 years.
ADC is a party I see for the grassroots people, a party that is giving space for grassroots people to come in. It's not a fatherism or motherism party. So when I came in and I see the truth and I see like minds, people that shares my opinion, my idea concerning Nigeria, that's why I choose to join the party. And that's why I choose to run from the party.
I come to represent the collective will and interests of the multi-ethnic Ikorodu Federal Constituency, because their interest has not been filled, because their will has not been done, because every desire of the people, the populace, the masses of this very constituency has not been met. So that is why I am here. That is why I have come to represent their interests and to do that they require.